Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-email match against KilRoy. He is the commander of the Allied forces and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 with 1 day turn set up, so no other mod or modifications. This is the last day of January 1942 and I continue to pick up and secure more and more bases and locations on Java. And also the last maybe bastion of defense and resistance in the Philippines. Some small craft is still here operating around the Java. This is, I think, a Dutch light cruiser. Gets intercepted by one of my heavy cruiser formations patrolling around Java, waiting to finish off all resistance and hopefully escaping and not finding the British battleships lurking here maybe. Because we don't have so much action these days, so I keep this, even if it's let's say a simple one. So it's a Sumatra, one of these Dutch light cruisers with not too much firepower. This is close range 2000, so normally more or less every hit will every shell will be a hit. We have 100% moonlight, so nearly like daytime. And one hit on Mogami. But 15 centimeter is normally not enough to really penetrate armor belt and create seriously damaged. But of course for my light cruisers 15 centimeter or 6-inch shell is something else. So Sumatra is still fighting, not giving up. My torpedo is still missing. And my 5-inch shell is of course cannot penetrate the light cruiser belt. But on the surface I can create at least some damage. I'm normally waiting only for my 8-inch or 20 centimeter shells to hit on the Sumatra. Or a torpedo hit if it ends this immediately. And somehow this Dutch light cruiser was able to escape. 4 shell hits, but all only 5-inch. So, and for me it is only this light cruiser, the destroyer. It was a real damage making hit. But maybe soon I can catch up and finish this. Was a little lucky. Okay, now we have this I think Dutch patrol torpedo boats in the night, but maximum moonlight, so maybe this is for me a favor or advantage. So if the torpedoes hit nothing, then the torpedo boats normally are already out of ammunition. They have only 1 hit or 1 strike. Twice already failed. Looks like the Dutch don't want to attack more. The last one. Maybe not. So, no hit on my ships, no hit on the Dutch ships. And one of my submarines hit a mine. So bad. Okay, here we are again. Same combination. Still at night. Second attempt. Now at 6,000 yards. I don't know how a single ship can make crossing the T, but it is possible. So I can only use my forward guns. These are still more than the Dutch light cruiser have. And here is the 8-inch shell hit with heavy damage. And the next, now belt penetration. Still no torpedo hit. So the Dutch commander tried to escape. But there's a third hit, again penetration. More engine damage. And number 4 hit, also penetration. This is really the end of the ship. It can escape, but with 4 heavy hits, heavy fire, heavy damage, unlikely to survive this. So the torpedo boats without torpedoes again. I'm able to sink 2 of them, fine, so they cannot bother me more in the future. East of Hawaii, submarine against destroyer. Nothing happens. At least some Navy activity, even if it was a little one-sided. But the Sumatra was able to damage one of my destroyers. And there's a sinking sound, so this is maybe the Sumatra just go down. And this is my battle cruiser formation arriving at Wake. So I get some information that KilRoy was unloading and shipping a lot of stuff to Wake. And I was thinking, okay, I use something as fast. Because I'm not sure where's the Allied carrier formation. And I am able to engage an enemy convoy with 3 escort destroyers and 3 cargo ships, or maybe tanker cargo ship combination. This is daytime now, so my ships have best chance to mess up this. Making torpedo strikes at maximum range of 20,000 yards, but all torpedoes are failing. So after many turns of low activity, we have here at least one day with some event. So coming closer and closer. So it's a tanker, a cargo ship, and I think the other one is also a cargo ship. It's now only the question if this cargo ships with troops. And there's a torpedo hit on the tanker. This will be, of course, the end of this one. And almost loaded with fuel, so it's burning. And to make sure that it's done, let's get additional hits. And the fanning get, I think, already the second hit. This is also very unlikely to survive this. So the important question is now only if these allied destroyers are able to land a torpedo hit on my battle cruisers. But these are battle cruisers, they are fast and they can maneuver well. It's daytime, so very unlikely to get a torpedo hit. And the fanning is already completely normally out of action. A wreck burning. But the two others are maybe, or three other destroyers still have a chance. So torpedo hit on the on the cargo ship. So next destroyer get a hit, but only 5-inch. So it's maybe able to survive this. And now counter fire. The first hit on my destroyer, but not really as much impact. So, and it looks like these destroyers are loaded with fuel, or I'm not so sure why this message just popped up, or this is fuel in the bunker of the destroyer gets catching fire. And a 5-inch shell hit on my battle cruiser. Naja. Not sure if this ship will really realize this. So, 36 centimeter or 14-inch shell hit. This is of course something heavy hitting. And fanning is out of action. This last hit was simply too much. So the next one is going down is very likely the Dunlap. The Walk also take a hit. Oh no, maybe the Walk hit my destroyer. This was maybe a poor destroyer. How is this even possible? Japanese destroyers have much better quality. Let's see this. But this is 15 centimeters. These are 6-inch secondary batteries of this battle cruisers. They are normally always 1 or 2 hits is already enough to cripple a destroyer and slow them so down that they simply cannot avoid any other fire move. So only the first 2 hits are important. Once the first 2 shell hits, they slowing down the enemy warship. It's much easier to get rid of them. So the Dunlap also sunk. The tanker is still holding on, surprisingly with a torpedo hit and burning. The Russell also get his 36 centimeter hit. So, crippled. Yeah, try it again. And even the heavy flak of these battle cruisers with this 5-inch is the same like these destroyers. Have enough firepower to handle destroyers. And the last cargo ship is now also handled. In quick succession, many hits and the torpedo hit to finish off this cargo ship. And I think this was the second torpedo hit already. So I would say this is the end of this convoy. There's not really much more left to fight back. Every destroyer is crippled or sunk already. Every cargo ship is burning. So let's skip this.
Hello, my misguided friends. This is your #1 enemy, Orphan Anne, from Radio Tokyo, with another blow to your morale and some music to console you. Today, the Imperial government announced that the Imperial Navy has achieved another great victory near Wake, with the sinking of 2 carriers, a battleship, and numerous cruisers and destroyers.
So again, good news for the home front and completely true and trustful information. Many destroyers sunk here, 4 and other cargo ships plus tankers. But looks like no information about troops. The only really hit on me was this, I think, 15 centimeter hit. Oh no, wasn't 50 centimeter hit, but there's one hit really create heavy fires. So it's always something not so nice. Why are they shooting back? Why they don't give up immediately? Good. So and this is second task force. Look like AMs. They have no chance. This is only cannon fodder. But for some reason my ships don't want attack, or the allies can escape. Whatever. Good. Sweeping now by Papan port. Get rid of these mines. Open the port. Not that I will need it immediately, but it's enough fuel to fill up all my empty ships and let my operations at Java Sea continue without the need to return to my own bases. So, end of all Navy activity. Now I must only survive the airstrike if there's an airstrike coming from Wake. So my torpedo bombers finding more ships, report them, and maybe throw already bombs on them. But there are still some Cap fighter. Somewhere there are still allied fighters. PBYs attacking my sub chasers here. But I think so far they always miss the target. Sweeping of Batavia, nothing here, nothing left. Also sweeping here over Shangsha. I was not sure if maybe KilRoy have anything active. No, nothing. So after some days of rest and saving supplies, I reactivate my Air Force for some smaller engagement here. I think this is clear terrain, so I activate them. And I can create here a lot of damage. Even with escort, not that there is really much Chinese Air Force so far in the war. KilRoy keeps them back, train them maybe for another day. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And here the Wildcats coming. And I have some support interceptors. With two small light machine guns trying to fight with the Wildcat is of course maybe not the best idea. But if the Wildcat making a navy attack and I have cap, then they maybe simply mess up with the formation and reduce the efficiency of the strike. This is all what I ask for. And you can see that they're dropping the ordnance. So, and if Navy bomber have no bomb more, then this was already a successful defense. So, but it looks like 6 are attacking now with strafing. So they come very low, but not sure how many have a bomb left. Most of them gets damaged by flak. So 6 out of, well, at least 6 airplanes gets damaged. No hit on my ships. And they're coming all in a very low strafing attack value with 100-pound bombs, of course. For battleship doesn't matter. For a destroyer it can still create damage, and more important is can you create fire. This one destroyer is still on high heavy fire, and this maybe eats away all my hit points. Luckily, only Wildcats and no dive bombers or torpedo bombers or something more evil. More reported hits on whatever ships are here still in port of Surabaya. And more submarines are lurking in the waters to try to mess up with my landings. And my enemy cap fighters are still killing my torpedo bombers. So, second strike of the Wildcats. My pizza is still here. Engine problem. This also, I think, is if you force the enemy airstrike to engage a battle, there's always this possibility of engine problem or other technical error, and this will not happen if you have a direct airstrike. So even if these are only float plane fighters, they can maybe help my ships to survive a little longer. Here they come. Yeah, I take my battleships or battle cruisers. That is fine. First, I have a lot of flak there, and second, the bombs will never really penetrate my armor. So again, out of these 6 Wildcats, only one was able to really make an attempt to attack. All others was driven off. And finally, my submarines are also able to attack something. So one cargo ship, one torpedo hit, heavy damage and fire. And now the next attempt to sink these two AMs. First time they was able to escape. Now it's the end. Yeah, okay, the one is still on heavy fire and heavy. Yeah, but it's dead. There's a sinking sound. Attack on my patrol boat. But Mark 14, thank you. But at the end, nothing happens. Not that I can attack with a patrol boat in deep water. Next base attack. Here's normally a base force, so maybe here is something to fight. Not sure. Good. And again, try after bombardments. Wasn't enough. Yeah, this time I break the defense. Now the city is mine. And I have a next forward base. Many destroyed Chinese units, but they're all retreating. Not dead so far. Venture attack. I have now here 3 full divisions plus 1 regiment, and always with their HQ for support. Fort is down, but not the total victory. But again, the fort is down, more casualties for the Chinese. The numbers looks maybe here is now mixed, but again, even if we kill us each 1 to 1, I have here 3 times and more attack value. It's a basis. More bombardment east of Changsha. Soften up the Chinese, and yeah, even a little will help me. This is this one next lonely operating Chinese corp I hunt down with my a little too strong army here normally for this purpose. But at least I can create here an easy, fast victory. It jumps back to the next hex, so I still have to hunt it down. So at the land bases, I mean land battles are always successful, air battles was not much to see. And Navy had some success, submarines also. So at the end it was a good last day of this month. And yeah. So far no heavy setback for me. Maybe the loss of 2 light cruisers and I think 2 destroyers that for most people was the biggest price I had to pay so far. Good. Air losses 4 to 3. So I lost again more of my torpedo bombers scouting and gets killed, and here's the third one. So I think all of my 3 airplanes are kept kills for Navy search. And KilRoy lost a Wildcat and some other small aircraft. Ship sunk last turn. So this has this 2 Dutch torpedo boats plus other equipment and 6 Sims class destroyers. They were the same? I'm not so sure. Sims class. No, Fanning class. 2 Fanning and 2 Sims class. But I really don't know exactly the difference between them. Sims is a little heavier. But I not expert for this. But again, a victory for the Japanese Navy. Nice. Goodie. So China, victory here, but still this corp survived, so I must hunt it down. And bombardment here everywhere. Attack on Venture, still not complete successful, but I take here this base. But here is no installation and I'm out of supplies, so I will simply wait here 1 week maybe to get supplies in. The problem is that Changsha is still blocking here this the real good supply line, and the other supply line is blocked by this Chinese corps, so it's still getting hard to get supplies in this area. Maybe from this side it's possible, but it's not perfect so far. I mean, at least it could be better, but I need normally Changsha sooner or later. The British are moving here. Looks like a little activity from KilRoy. I'm not so sure how far he will go, but we have to monitor this. I'm closing on Batavia, waiting for reinforcements. Maybe the next week I can arrive in Batavia and take it. The same is here. And moving on Surabaya. So maybe in 1 week we have the Battle of Batavia and Sumatra, Surabaya very quickly. So no other activity here. No other activity here. The sub is still messing with my patrol boat. I don't know how long they want to try this. I cannot kill the submarine, and the submarine have very unreliable torpedoes. Yeah, I think Rabul is now already at 5 to 7. Still building up the port. Need a little more. 8 to 8, and then it's fine. Or I think 7 to 8. Good. I still don't get a base forces here down, so I don't have any air force. So I'm still here and holding and waiting and hope for nothing bad will happen. I can see that more stuff is arriving in Suva, so maybe KilRoy built up a Fiji. Sooner or later I must go there before it's getting too strong. And here was my battle cruiser formation messing up with the enemy. And yeah, this one destroyer gets here this 5-inch shell hit, or maybe 2 or 3 in total. This is normally out of action. And I'm also low on, I mean, not totally low on fuel, but I would say I burn through maybe. Yeah, this one is completely out of ammunition. So I think it's enough. I don't want to stick here too long. Again, I don't know where's enemy carriers. And so I want to go in fast, kill what I can, and then retreat to Truk, rearm, repair every damage, and then maybe come back in 1 week again. My scouting line have no other information. I don't know where is enemy. I only know I took Nomaya, and that is fine. Good. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.